Tonight, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Lock and the Tennessee Titans versus Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time, and I know that sounds like something you're supposed to.
He's got a man, complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run on 1st down. It's Burns. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jannard Avery just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
As I was going to. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
To kick off for Baltimore.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Derrick Henry.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Brings up 3rd down.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he will have a Titans 1st down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
31-yard line.
Now to the air. Lock. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. These two teams, of course, the Titans and Ravens, met in the postseason a year ago. And really, along with the Titans win the previous week in Foxborough, it was one of the shockers of the postseason. The Titans a 6th seed on the road. The Ravens, they were the top seed, riding a 12-game win streak and coming off the 1st-round bye. But that game was all Tennessee. They led 28-6 at one point, ultimately winning 28-12 and sending them on to the AFC title game in Kansas City. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Justin Matabike in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Quick slant to Brown. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
39.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Another carry for the running back.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football.
First and goal.
I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
And 1.
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. Oh, now he's strapped. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
On first down, Burns. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Taken down at the
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
brings up 2nd and 8.
On the option, Jackson will keep it. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they can all the way to the end zone.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. As the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now they run the option on second down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From midfield, here's Locke. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Locke. Smith catches left side. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Locke. This one caught by Davis. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Second and goal at the Ravens' 5-yard line.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. From the gun, it's Locke. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on fourth and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. His pass caught at the 4. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Ravens.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
And a Raven first down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson brought in left side by Snead. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. The Ravens second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on.
And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 3rd and long, it's Lock. Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
To throw again. Lock. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run with Swift. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeAndre Swift as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Titans 14.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Block now to throw. Flush to his right.
Block on the keeper.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to off with some points.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
A lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Now this throw caught left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
10 at the 21-yard line.
On 2nd down. It's Henry, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
3rd down and 9.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The coverage.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Jackson's pass. Complete.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
And to give this time to the tailback. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
After the turnover, here's Locke.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Oh, look at this. Down on the field still. That's Derrick Henry, the running back. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd and 12, Locke, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
To throw on 3rd down, Locke.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Locke going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll start with the option.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On third down, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we come to the end of the third quarter of action. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return comes to right at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. A gain of 3, second down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over this entry mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And finally down he goes. They work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed, but as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so...
Touchdown, Titans! A.J. Brown, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Titans have made this a one-score game.
The extra point is...
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Raven first down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Burns. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Titans now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And that will be incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
The 49-yard line.
Block working out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. And he puts it through. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Tennessee score. McCann's got it teed up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Jackson on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown,
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
The kickoff for Tennessee.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. On first down, Burns. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
27-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Burns. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Titan football.
22-yard line.
A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral. Because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
On the option, Locke will keep it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The yard on the play. And it's 3rd.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
At their own 37-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, good chances of scoring some points they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Check 4.
Once again, it's Swift. And he gets it down to the 32. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Swift. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
At 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Swift. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. The Titans going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run here with Swift, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker.
A 31-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And it'll be a hot time across the Cumberland tonight. The Titans have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Tennessee, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready? Done told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Suck it if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy? Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it. Yeah, more action and no talk. I went quiet on it. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pulse to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building, reach heaven's heights. Nah, that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, yeah. Whipping the Teslas. Ooh, I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no